How are you going to spend the rest of your 11 months? The rest of the year? What are you going to do to keep you connected? How are you going to maintain the Quran? How are you going to maintain your attendance in the masjid? How are you going to maintain your connection with Allah? Because all of these things, we need to prepare for these. It's not just going to happen. And nothing ever just happens. So you need to prepare. Now, inshallah, in my own thinking, I've come up with a few things that we can do. Right? And so this is just a start, an idea. And so every single one of you all need to plan. If you're sincere, if you're genuine that you want change, if you're genuine that you want to better yourself, you want to maintain the good habits that you picked up in Ramadan, then you're going to prepare, and you're going to plan, and you're going to sit down alone, or with your friends, or do it together, right? But you're going to prepare for the rest of your year. And so the first is that your salah, the first thing that you need to protect, right, is your 5 daily salah. Now this is something so easy for me to say. And this is something that you would have heard countless imams and ulama speaking, saying, protect your salah, make sure you're reading salah. Yes, but the struggle is in actually doing it. It's easy for me to say these words, right? But this is your jihad. This is your battle. Remember, we're on the battlefield right now. And the thing you need to protect is your salah. Now, how can you do that? How can you protect your salah? So these are questions that I'm just throwing out there that you need to think about. How are you going to protect your salah? Maybe you will, you know your routine, you know your work schedules, you know where you are and at what time of the day. So think about it. And I'll give you one practical piece of advice. Is that if you want to ensure that you're praying your salah every day, before you leave your home in the morning, perform wudu. Even if it's not salah time. Yeah, Zohar might be a few hours away. But even if it's not salah time, do wudu before leaving home. And it's so easy. In the morning, you go to the bathroom, you wash your faces and all of that anyway. Right? So just wash a few more parts of your body, wudu done. Or you'll shower in the morning and the wudu inshallah will be done as well. Now, why am I saying this? Because when you do your wudu, even if it's not namaz time, half the battle is already won. Right? Half of the battle of praying your salah is making sure you're in wudu. When you're out and about, that's when it becomes a bit difficult. You might feel a bit awkward going to a public toilet or whatever it is. The masjid might not be closed. But if you left the home in the state of wudu, then it's just so much easier for you. Right? So the first thing you need to guard is your salah. So maybe leave your home in the morning with wudu. Plan your day around the salah. Right? If you know Zohar time I'm at school, Zohar time I'm at work, Asr time I'll be on my way home from work, and plan your namaz, or plan your day around your namaz. And not the other way around. We don't try to fit our namaz in, we try to fit other things around our namaz. Right? And if you actually do this, especially we're going towards the part of the year where it's a little bit easier now, there's a lot more time between the prayers. Right? So by the time you maybe get home from school, you still got time to pray Zohar. Right? If you know you're going out with the boys later on, then maybe make the plan that we'll read Asr together first, then we'll go out for food. Be done by the time we can pray Maghrib. If you're going to go out to play football, plan it around the salah. Right? The next was our connection to the Quran. Right? Ramadan was entirely about the Quran. Right? We all recited, we stood at night listening, our Hufaz were reciting, blessing us with the chance to listen. Right? And so this connection that you had with the Quran, don't let this go now that the month is over. Because Quran, I promise you, my brothers, Quran will change your life. And it will change your life. So you need to think to yourselves, how can I maintain my reading of the Quran? Right? How can I stay connected to the Quran? And be realistic with yourselves. If you weren't reading a juz a day before the month of Ramadan, then chances are you're not going to read a whole surah after Ramadan as well. Unless you have some spiritual awakening in the month of Ramadan. Right? But chances are you're going to struggle with that. So choose something that is realistic for you. So it might be that you read a page a day. It might be that you read half a page a day. It might be easier for you to designate time rather than amount of Quran. Right? So it might be easier, dedicate 10 minutes of Quran. And brothers, be real, everybody can dedicate 10 minutes. And we can all dedicate 10 minutes to the Quran. And if we can't, then that's just us making excuses. Don't even blame Shaitan for that. That's us making excuses. We spend happily half an hour scrolling through our phones. Right? If you start taking yourself to account, then inshallah you will find moments. 10 minutes, if you dedicate that, then inshallah this will be beneficial for you. We know that the Prophet ﷺ, he says, أَنَّ أَحَبَّ الْأَعْمَالِ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَدْوَمُهَا وَإِنْ قَلْ. That the Prophet ﷺ, he says that the most beloved of action to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are those that are consistent, وَإِنْ قَلَّ, even if they are little. Right? Like in Surah Mulk, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنَ الذي تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. That Allah Ta'ala will test to see which of you are best in terms of your actions. Allah Ta'ala is not saying the most actions, the one who reads the most parah, the one who completes the entire Quran every single month. Allah Ta'ala is looking at the quality of what you do. Right? So the most beloved of actions to Allah Ta'ala are those that are consistent. And you're going to be consistent when you're able to make it realistic to what you can actually do. Right? So think about these things. 10 minutes. The Prophet ﷺ, he tells us that the one who doesn't recite 10 ayat of the Quran a day is the one who is heedless. He is ghafil. He is heedless. The Prophet ﷺ is saying that you can't even dedicate 10 verses of the Quran in your day, then you are from amongst those who Allah Ta'ala will make as being heedless. Right? And that's something that we do not want. Right? Inshallah, just a couple of more. Fasting. Right? We've had Salah, Quran, fasting. We've all shown ourselves that we can fast. Ramadan came, we all fasted. Alhamdulillah. Now continue this. Continue the fasting. Right? We don't fast every day. This is forbidden upon us to fast every single day. Right? But you have the days where you should fast. Or if you can. Like the fasting of Shawwal. The Prophet ﷺ told us that the one who fasts in Ramadan follows it with 6 from Shawwal, the reward will be what? Entire year of fasting. Right? 6 days, equivalent to an entire year. And we know about the one who fasts, the Prophet ﷺ, his sunnah was what? Fasting on the Ayyamul Bid, the white days, the 13th, 14th, 15th of every Islamic month. Right? When the moon is full. This was the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. Fast these days if you can. The Monday and Thursday, fast these days if you can. And they're all beneficial for us. And fasting allows us to kind of spiritually reconnect ourselves. When we make haram upon us, what is haram? Halal. Right? The eating and the drinking during the day, halal for us. But when we control that for the sake and for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, then inshallah the spiritual benefits of it is immense. And then lastly, inshallah, since we're running out of time, protect your hearts from the diseases of the heart. Right? Like in the month of Ramadan, every one of us, we control our tongues, we control our thoughts. And the ill feelings, as soon as someone might start backbiting, others will remind you, brother, you're fasting. I'm fasting, I don't want to lose my temper. I'm fasting, I don't want to, speak bad about someone. Swearing. I'll tell you one thing and I'll finish off with this. Geordies, I've been in Newcastle about 3 years now or something, right? I've never seen people who swear so much than Geordies. And you lot are laughing, but there's nothing to laugh about. And you lot, after everything, and it's old, young, baba, young child, everyone. Women, we teach in the masjid. We'll have mums coming to us in a parents' meeting, and the mums will start swearing. This is shocking. Right? It might be a little bit funny, but really, this is something that we should think about. Control your tongues. And swearing. One of the characteristics given to of the people of Jahannam are the ones with foul mouths. And you don't want no characteristics from the people of Jahannam. So control your tongues. Watch your language. And maybe there's like a colloquial difference here and down south. Right? But here I think it's more like just every other word. A normal word. But it shouldn't be the case. Right? It should not be the case. So think about these things. Control your tongues. May Allah Ta'ala give us the